Hello guys, it's Katie and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be ranking my top 5 Red Heart yarns. So if you haven't seen my videos where I have ranked my favorite yarns in the past, so far I have done my top 10 favorite acrylic yarns and my top 5 favorite cotton yarns. This video is going to be by brand, so you guys actually chose on my community tab for me to do Red Heart yarns, so that's what this video is. Now, a couple of little things before we get started. First off, I have obviously not tried every single yarn. There's plenty of yarns by Red Heart that I have never tried, so this list is personal preference just based off of what I have tried in the past and what I like. So this list might be completely different to what some of you like or what some of you have heard is good. So I would love to hear your opinions in the comments after you guys watch this video, but this is just my opinion based off of what I've tried and the type of projects I like to make, all of that kind of stuff. So all of the yarns I am sharing in this video will be linked in the description below, but I will link them in a random order so you guys can't figure out the order before watching this video. So I'm gonna just give you a bunch of reasons why I like them and maybe some reasons why I don't like them and why they're not higher up on my list throughout this video. And I just find these videos really interesting for you guys to tell me your opinions, if you agree or what you think and all of that. Also, a lot of this is based off of what I can find in my local stores. So some of this yarn you may have never seen in your stores and you may not like it because you can't find it. And same with me for some yarns that you've tried. So anyway, okay, we're actually gonna get started. So I'm gonna start out with number 5 and go all the way to number 1. So first off, you guys, we have Red Heart Scrubby yarns. So this is Scrubby and this is Scrubby cotton. One is just 100% cotton and one of them is 100% polyester, but they're the same idea. This is my number 5 spot. So before I give you the reasons, this one is 100% cotton, medium weight 4, so just 5mm knitting needles and 5.5mm crochet hooks. This one is in the color Tulip Pink, and this is the Scrubby cotton. It is 3.5 ounces, 100 grams, 145 yards, and 133 meters for this one. This one I personally got at Dollar Tree a long time ago, so it was $1. This one I got at Walmart, I believe, and this is 100% polyester. Also suggests 5mm knitting needles, 5.5mm crochet hooks. This color is French Country. This is 3 ounces, 85 grams, 78 yards, and 71 meters. So this, I believe the price point is around $3, so I don't buy this very often because in my opinion it is overpriced. But when you used to be able to find this at Dollar Tree, this was such a good deal. They would only have one color at like each Dollar Tree, but back before in my local stores they even sold Premier yarns, because now they primarily have Premier, Just Yarn, Just Chenille, and Just Active is what I've seen in my local Dollar Trees. Before they had those, they would sometimes have these, and this would be the only yarn they would ever have for my local stores. But these were really a steal because these are 3.5 ounces versus this one that's like $2 or $3 at Walmart and Michael's and all of that is only 3 ounces. So either way, this is my number 5 spot. So a couple of reasons. Number 1, I think scrubbies are such a good beginner project whenever you're first starting out. I did make a ton of them as a beginner crocheter, and I did primarily use Red Heart Scrubby or Scrubby cotton. So I do think it's kind of expensive, but they do have a lot of different colors that I think are really pretty, and yeah, just great for beginners. They all have the little pattern on the package, so you don't even have to look up a pattern if you don't want to. And this is my number 5 spot. Oh, and I actually have this written down as $4.49 at Walmart, so that's even more expensive than I thought. So I don't buy it very often because I don't make scrubbies very often, but when you could get this for $1 at Dollar Tree especially, it was such a good deal. But I haven't seen it there in like years, so I don't know if you still can, or if maybe that was just in my local area. I have no idea. But anyways, that is number 5. So on to number 4. Number 4 for me is Red Heart Hygge Fur. So the breakdown for this is 100% nylon. It is a number 5 bulky. It suggests 6.5mm crochet hook, 6mm knitting needle. This is the color Soft Taupe, and this is 7 ounces, 200 grams, 260 yards, 238 meters. And this, you guys, is just so soft. I think this might be one of the softest yarns, or maybe it is the softest yarn that we have on this list. I do really like soft yarns. I mean, who doesn't? So that is a good reason why it is up higher on my list. As well as this isn't too expensive. I see this quite often at my local Ollie's, which is where I got this skein specifically, and it says it was $4.99 and regular price would have been $10.99 at other stores. I also found it on Joann for $6.99, so prices are going to vary depending on where you're purchasing it, but I still think it's pretty reasonable for a yarn like this and for the size of the skein. And I don't know, this is just so nice for blankets and stuffed animals and all kinds of projects, and I think the colorways it comes in are also very nice. So this is my number 4 spot for all of those reasons. Now, this yarn can shed quite a bit, but that's something you're going to deal with a lot of the more fluffy, softer yarns. So that isn't really too much of a downside in my opinion, because I am pretty used to it with things like velvet and stuff, but that is just something to note. Next, you guys, we have the number 3 spot, which I have Red Heart with Love on here. So this is 7 ounces, 198 grams, 370 yards, 338 meters. This color name is called Lilac, and this is a medium weight 4. Suggests 6.5mm crochet hooks, 5.5mm knitting needles, and this is a 100% acrylic yarn. Other than like Cara and Simply Soft, I think this is the softest acrylic yarn you're gonna find. So that is a big reason why it's even on my list. It does also have some really nice color options, and I think it's good for a majority of projects. I mean, on the front here, there's a scarf. You could make a blanket, you could make stuffed animals, you can make pretty much anything with a medium 4 weight acrylic yarn. So I do think that is a plus. And at my Joann specifically, there's always a lot of color options, but still not as many color options as some other yarns. That's why it's not really up higher on my list. So this is $7.49 at Joann, so this is quite a bit more expensive than some other yarns as well, so that's another reason why it's not higher on my list. But it is just so much softer than regular acrylics that I understand why it's more expensive than other acrylics, but that is just something to note. And because it doesn't have as many color options, that's why it's not higher on my list, but I still love it, and I just can never get over how soft this yarn is. Alright, y'all, that is number 3. So now we are on to number 2. I feel like I'm doing a good job of not chatting too much. Y'all have to let me know. I feel like I normally chat way longer in videos. So you'll have to let me know if you enjoy this or if you enjoy me chatting longer. But anyways, for the number 2 spot, we have Red Heart Hygge yarn. So this is another one that is really soft, you guys. I think this is the softest one that is on my list here today. And this is, again, Red Heart Hygge yarn. It is 5 ounces, 141 grams, 132 yards, 121 meters. This is the color Smoky, and it suggests 6.5mm crochet hooks and knitting needles. This is a number 5 bulky, and this one is a blend. This is 30% nylon and 70% acrylic. So I think that's what makes it so soft, because you have a blend of acrylic and nylon. So this is just really, really soft, you guys. And I've always found that this weight is really nice to work with. I've even knitted with this and crocheted with this. So I think it's really nice. This is another one that I find at Ollie's pretty often. Specifically, this skein came from Ollie's. Its regular price at other stores is listed as $6.99 on here, but I paid $3.99. And since I'm able to find this so often at Ollie's, that's another reason why it's so high up on my list. It is $11.99 at Joann and Walmart, I believe. But again, you can find it cheaper at Ollie's or maybe some other stores. But I think the color options are really nice. They do have at Joann. Obviously at Ollie's or discount stores, you're not going to have as many color options, but I do love this dark gray color. But at Joann, there is plenty of color options, and yeah, I don't know, I just find this so nice. Again, blankets, stuffed animals, sweaters, scarves, whatever, I think this is perfect for. And like I said, I've even knitted with this, and I found it pretty easy to work with, and I am not good at knitting at all. So I think that's saying something. Yeah, this is, again, another one of my favorites. I think the price point of $11.99 is a little bit high at Joann. So maybe if you only have Joann close to you, this wouldn't be one of your favorites. But if you do have Ollie's and you can find this, then this might be a good one to try out, I think. Especially if it's only $3.99 instead of $11.99. So this is my number 2 spot for all of those reasons. Alright, you guys, we're now on to the number 1 spot, which I feel like is very predictable, especially if you've watched majority of my videos, and that is Red Heart Super Saver. There is a ton of reasons why Red Heart Super Saver is my favorite, and I know that's a little bit controversial because a lot of people do prefer things like With Love by Red Heart and other acrylic yarns because they are softer, which I completely understand, but I have quite a few reasons again for why this is one of my favorites. But first, let me tell you the breakdown like I've done with all of these. So again, this is Red Heart Super Saver. This is one of the smaller skeins. The regular skeins are 7 ounces or the jumbos are 14. This one is only 5 because it is one of the variegated colors. But this is 5 ounces, 141 grams, 236 yards, 215 meters. This is the color McCall, so it's like blues and greens. This is a medium weight 4. Suggest 5.5mm crochet hook or 5mm knitting needles, and this is a 100% acrylic yarn. One of the big reasons Red Heart Super Saver has always been my favorite pretty much is because it is sold so many different places. You can find it at Walmart, Michael's, Joann. Those are just the places near me, but you can even find it at Ollie's sometimes. But there's also so many color options, which is something I look for in yarns because I personally, for like the same project, don't love using different kinds of yarn. I don't know why, it's just a thing I have. Like, even if it's the same weight or whatever, even if it's like these two that are by the same company, I wouldn't want to mix them for the same project, and I don't know why. So I like to stick to a yarn that has a lot of color options, which for me the go-to is always Red Heart Super Saver because there are so many different color options within the same yarn. So I can use that for the same project. Even if I need like 15 different colors for the same project, they're gonna have some sort of variety of every single color, which I think is really awesome. As well as they do have these that are multicolored, which I also love for projects like maybe hats and scarves and things like that that can be a little more plain without variegated colors. I always like to use yarns like this for instead of just a solid color. So again, another reason. And I also think that the price point for these are really good. It is $4.49 regular price at Joann. Actually, for the 7 ounce ones, I believe. This is a 5 ounce. So I'm not sure how the price compares. It might be the same, to be honest. I'm not exactly sure. But I think the skein sizes are really good as well. And that price is a lot better than this price, you know? Even though this one is the 7 ounce, the 7 ounce version of this is still like $3 cheaper. So again, that is another reason. Now, if I am going to make something like a blanket or a scarf, or maybe something that is going to like touch your skin, I would still gravitate more towards something softer, even like the blanket yarns that are behind me. But for a lot of other things, I use Red Heart Super Saver because of the amount of color options and because of the accessibility, the price, all of that kind of stuff. So this is my #1 spot, which I'm sure was predictable for many of y'all. But I hope you did enjoy this video, you guys. If you did, please do give it a big thumbs up. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought of my list, if your list would be different, maybe if there's some other Red Heart yarns that I didn't include on this list that you've tried. I would love to hear all of that in the comments below from y'all. As well as if y'all want to make sure you don't miss out on any more of my videos, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below and turn on the post notification bell. That way you know every single time I upload a brand new video here on this channel. And if y'all do want to see more from me, you can always check out more videos of mine, my blog, my Etsy shop, my podcast, all of my social medias, my vlog channel, and my Ribbler shop. All of that is always included in the description box down below for you guys, as well as for this video. All of the yarns are going to be included in the description box. I'm not 100% sure if the Red Heart Scrubby cotton will be something I'll be able to find, but everything else, the regular Scrubby, I'll link in the description for this video so you guys can check them out. And yeah, with that, again, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys here on Thursday for another yarn sale video, as well as Friday for another new video as well. Goodbye!